It's 935 KDCC and Romeo. Listen, we got special guests in the building right now.
Man.
TayF3rd all the way from the LBC, and of course, Bobby Dee.
Oh,
yes,
hey,
baby.
what up?
Come on, you
What's
already
up?
know.
What's up?
The Bobby Dee presents. You know
Come
what I'm
on,
saying?
man. Hey, when he in the building, you know big things is popping.
Exactly.
Real talk.
Either big things is popping or big moves are being made.
I like that.
Yes. And now
let's
you
talk
have
about it.
TayF3rd.
Yeah.
Can we talk about that?
Please.
So you are under new management,
Yes,
right?
Bobby Dee, Uncle Snoop's Army.
Uncle Snoop's Army. And how did all that come into play?
Well, I think I was doing a concert and I must have did my stuff because my PR came to me and was like, yo, Bobby took some interest in you. So I went to go meet him. We probably had like 2 or 3 meetings and we locked it down after that.
Yeah.
And so you heard him right away and you just knew you wanted him signed?
Well, more specifically, we were at the LBC festival once upon a time in the LBC, and I actually thought he was someone else. I thought he was another artist.
Oh,
And
really?
I go, dude, that dude's on fire. I go, oh, man. And I told Big U, I said, Big U, your artist was off. He goes, that's not my artist. I said, oh, but he had this natural star quality because people kept taking pictures with him. And I go, well, who the hell is he? And when I went up to him and told me his name, I go, oh, man, I got the wrong guy. But it ended up being the right guy.
Right.
So it was just amazing. And here we are. And Snoop has been watching him quietly from a distance. And now he's like, okay, let's do this. Let's make this
I
happen.
feel like what you just said is so on point. I feel like a lot of us have been watching you quietly from the distance because your name is very well known in the streets of LA.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, TayF3rd, when they say your name, it's with high respect.
love.
So that's dope. I just think people have been like from the sidelines being like, okay, you're bubbling. And now you're working with Snoop Dogg.
Man.
Who at one point, TayF3rd, let's just put out there, said that Snoop was his competition.
Nah.
Oh.
All right, it's 2 reasons.
Okay, let's
Let's
talk
talk
about
about
that.
All right, the first reason is because if you're going to compete with somebody, you might as well compete with the best. So,
Fact.
Snoop is like legendary, the best from my city. And then secondly is because, well, we both skinny and got long hair. So, I mean, we might as well go at it. Those are the main reasons, though.
So
You know?
what got you to this point? Obviously, Snoop inspired you. Who else motivated you?
Real life situations, really.
Okay.
Just like shit that I go through every day and such. That's pretty much it.
Now, can we talk about your new album, Tales from the Shrimp?
Yeah.
Okay, why?
Right.
Let's talk about the name behind the album right
Yeah.
now.
Well,
Tales
it's
from the
just,
Shrimp.
it's just like a playoff of being an underdog, but since I'm from Long Beach, I kind of put it in like a beach term. So it's like Tales from the Shrimp. Shrimps is like at the bottom of the ocean. It's like the bottom feeder. So, it's just a story of becoming the top dog.
Damn. I like the way you put that right
I
there.
love it, right?
Okay, so now all these changes have happened in your life, you know what I'm saying? You put in the work.
Yeah, you did.
Where do you foresee yourself moving forward to now? What's the next move for you?
Dropping the album.
Done.
Working with Snoop's Army. Working with Bobby Dee. Just making the dream bigger. Further
There
in
you
the
go.
process, really.
Now, when you first got in the studio with Snoop Dogg and you said like, yo, he's one of the greats. You know what I'm saying? Talk to me about that moment, about that feeling.
Now, I ain't been in the studio yet with Snoop, but just being in the same room with him, like you can feel his presence. Like when Snoop walks in, all attention is on him.
Yeah, well, let me interject on that because we put him on the Wanna Thank Me tour. That's
Right.
27 dates that sold out. And when I put him on there, Snoop was like, who's that? Same thing I said when he got a star quality about him.
Yes, he does.
And he goes, all right, let's see what he does. Because Snoop always kind of comes about an hour before the show. This time he kept showing up to see him because our tour manager, Tasha, said, oh, he's off the hook. Blah, blah, blah. So when Snoop hears that, because she's a hater. Okay? She's a stone cold hater. I love her. Love you, Tasha. But she says, you got to come see this cat. And he did. He goes, okay. He goes, leave him on the tour. He goes, let him open up. I love it. He goes, he's got it. He's it.
Damn.
Wow, that's like the only cosign you need on the West
Come on,
Coast
now.
is
That's it.
Snoop Dogg,
That's it.
the Godfather of the West Coast.
So he loves his whole vibe, is the music itself too. But he just loves what he is. And he says,
I just be chilling.
But you know what? You've got that smooth, laid back vibe like
Yeah.
Snoop.
Yeah.
Yeah, a
know what
lot
I
of
mean?
it come from Snoop. I think when Snoop came out, like my whole image as a rapper was like long hair, skinny dude, cool. So I kind of took like my whole persona from him, honestly.
Wow.
And because you're from Long Beach, so we got to ask you, like, you know what I'm saying? Snoop Dogg is like a legend. So let's talk about your family. I know they were like, "What? You working with Snoop Dogg?"
My mom, she was tripping. She was like, she didn't believe me at first. She thought I
No
was lying.
way.
Yeah, she thought I was lying. She thought I was just like,
Boy,
going
stop
to the
playing.
island. Yeah, what I did was I took a picture and I sent it to her, and then she went wild. She went crazy. She was like, all right, for sure. Because she was taking care of my dog. She was like, you got to come home now.
No, she didn't.
Yeah. But when I sent her the picture, she was like, "All right, for sure."
So I got them.
I got this. Don't worry about it, son. Go do your thing with Snoop. Yes.
That's a fact.
And Bobby, can we talk about Uncle Snoop's Army? You guys are expanding. Let's talk to the city because everybody knows you in LA as throwing like the top concerts. Everybody's like, he is the concert guy. And then you've expanded into an agency. Can we talk about that?
Yeah, we Snoop and I decided to give artists that really don't have a voice or don't have a voice anymore because they're not tied to the big agencies. Like, you know, I won't say any names, but you know, like Bone Thugs and Harmony, we signed them exclusively.
Yeah.
Warren G, the Dog Pound, OT Genesis is right there with us. So we're just giving opportunities to people that may not have it if you're not part of the VALs, you know, in the big agencies. And Snoop, we keep you busy. So we say, hey, look, if we don't keep you busy on other people's shows, we'll do our own shows and keep you busy. So it's like either way, people are like, everyone's eating and everyone's loving it.
That's
you know?
I was just with Bone Thugs and Harmony in Reno. We did a show together this past weekend. They was speaking of you, and then I seen the post that Busy had today, and I was like, "Yo, like this shit's for real."
What's happening, brother? You know, so
Man.
it's just been a beautiful situation. But just really to care about the artist is what Snoop's trying to do, and you know, because he's an artist himself, and he's been there, done that as far as the trials and tribulations.
Well, especially the concerts, because a lot of times, like, let's just be, you know, keep it 100. Sometimes the artists, like, you know what I mean, they get cut, they get undercut on their pay. You know what I mean?
And
so,
I've always been known to overpay.
Right.
You know, but I make it back. I mean, it's like people think that I'm suffering. I'm like, I'm doing just fine. I got all the toys you can think of. So, but I like to give it back to the artist. So when I call, they listen. You know, and then on top of that, you just treat them with the right situation, and it works out. You know.
And so, talk to us about any specialty shows you're working on right now that you can at least like give us a, because K-Day is your station,
all right,
so I don't
real,
care.
all
Like
right.
I love like that you mess with everybody, but K-Day is your baby,
All right,
so
we
you
got-
got to give us a little something.
Well, we got LBC Part 4, which Tay will be on. We got Al Green. We got Smokey Robinson.
You
we
just
got,
say Al Green and
Yes,
Smokey.
sir. Yes, sir.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
It's okay, you can say holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, holy shit.
Yeah, I didn't know if we can cuss on here.
Yeah, we got you.
LBC's quickly becoming the Cholo Chella. Okay, because all
The Cholo Chella, I love it.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Hey, we'll make some shirts off of that.
That's right. So, because we got MB Riders, we're gonna have Snow the Product. We're gonna have 50 Cent, Snoop, Ice Cube's confirmed. MB, everybody, Brenton Wood. You know what I mean? We just give people are like, what the hell is that? But it makes sense. We sold out in 10 minutes last year when we released the lineup. You
No,
know?
listen, when we go, it's crazy. It's bananas.
Yeah, it's organized madness. And then we opened up Sunday. It opened up in 20 minutes. Sold out in 20 minutes. So it was crazy.
If I had to put my money, I bet it's gonna happen quicker than 10 minutes. I'm just
Yeah.
listening to your lineup right
Yeah.
now. I'm like, this shit gonna go before 10
It gives
minutes.
us chills. And then, you know, again, Snoop's very involved. Like, we'll be in a Sprinter van. He's like, put Al Green on there. I'll make it happen. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. You know?
Are you serious?
Al Green and Smokey Robinson though. I'm just like, what?
Yeah, and we got a really cool R&B festival, which you guys will be a part of, called Lovers and Friends, with Lauryn Hill's already confirmed. D'Angelo, we're almost there. Almost there.
That'd be dope.
Usher, Little John, Ciara, Kehlani, Megan Thee Stallion, Summer Walker. That's going to be huge. It's going to be in Carson, May 9th.
Oh my God, please. I hope you grab D'Angelo. You know, Brown Sugar is my
We're trying.
shit.
We're trying. It's not for
That's
lack of
my
trying.
shit. I still play to this day. You know what I'm saying? That'll be so good. And K-Day will be involved.
Absolutely, 100%.
I always have to say that to Bobby to make sure.
Yeah, and plus we got it. You know, we got the audio on it. Bobby, remember that day? 'Cause, you know, we need to come and host that. You remember that day? Okay, all right.
I love it.
You know what I'm looking forward to though? You get in the booth with Snoop.
Yeah.
dog.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah,
It's
it's
going to be huge.
I cannot wait for that moment.
It's gonna be legendary for sure.
Yeah.
I used to dream of it, like
Yeah.
show. Now I think like we manifested it. It's gonna happen soon.
Does it still trip you out when people look at you and they can see you perform and instantly say like you have that star quality?
Yeah.
It does?
It's you never get used to it really.
Right.
Yeah.
You do though. You
Nah,
have
I
that
mean-
star quality. It's something about you just stands out, and that's a blessing.
Yeah,
I got a
everybody
big old
knows.
smile. That's why I can't stop it.
I love it. Are you gonna get into films?
Yeah, I want to.
Yes, we want to see you on the big
I
screen.
I like people want to be like Pac maybe or Ludacris.
Oh yeah.
You know how they like
Yeah.
start
Yeah.
doing a lot of films.
Hell yeah, and they
but
were
I
both
still
so
want to
dope.
stick to the music though for sure.
But they were able to do that too, though.
Yeah. But I want to solidify like where I stand in it.
Right.
Like, I'm trying to go down historically, like for sure.
Hey, that's the way to do it, man. Have that Mamba mentality. Can we
That's
talk
right.
about that?
That part.
That's right.
You know, and speaking of that, where were you guys at when you heard the news about Kobe and his daughter?
I was in Caltrans.
Were you?
I was in community service. Yeah. Like that.
Listen, I love TayF3rd. He keeps it 100.
I wasn't even supposed to use my phone, so I went to like the back of the tent. I just clicked on my phone and I seen it. I'm like, what? You know, somebody lying.
Yeah.
And then I seen TMZ breaking, and I was like, oh. it's
man.
probably serious.
I'll be even more truthful. I was on the toilet and I looked. This can't be real. Why would TMZ break this before anybody? But then again, that's what they do. And I'm like, man, I really hope his family knows before, because it'd be a janky situation if Vanessa found out, by that.
We're hearing that they spoke to them first. I don't know how true that is.
I mean, they're aggressive. They break stories with Snoop sometimes, and I'm like, please don't do that. Because let me make sure it's true. And then it turns out not to be true, and they're like, oh, and they're quick to jump on it though.
Yeah, I think because when they first came out with it, we were like trying to confirm with different outlets just to make sure, because you just want to make sure nobody was really putting it out, because we're like, okay, another outlet hasn't cross-referenced it and hasn't, until I think we saw, who put it out? Was it Daily Mail? I saw something on Apple News, and then I was like, okay, this
Then
is
I saw
real.
on ESPN, and at that point, every news station, I was just like, I broke down.
Yeah, I low-key like been shedding tears every morning just looking at that shit. Like that shit.
But you know what though, as tragic as it is, it's brought us together again. I've seen all those people at the Staples Center just hugging, holding hands that never met each other. That's what we try to do with our festivals. It's like people leave our shows happy.
Yeah.
It's black and brown. Like me and Snoop really are behind this black and brown thing. I'm Mexican. And
That's right. I'm Mexican too. You go ahead.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Si se puede.
But
Viva la raza.
It's a good feeling because a lot of the major other promoters, they just promote to whoever. So you see a crowd, and Cube tells me all the time, he goes, man, the crowd looks at me like, who the fuck is this dude? You know what I mean? And they don't know. So what we do, I focus on everybody, of course, but mainly Latinos and blacks, because we're supposed to not love each other. And me and Snoop are saying, no, we have to love each other.
So are you guys going to work into films? Because it's an agency, so eventually it'll be a full-blown agency.
I mean, I have a lot of interest in Tay, but again, my whole thing is I want to get his album out there.
Yeah.
Then I want to keep getting him on these shows. Like he has a show this Friday at the Novo.
Tonight.
Tonight, I'm sorry, with OT Genesis
RJ.
and RJ. So it's like those are the kind of shows I want to expose him on. We already broke the old school crowds, and he tore it up. Like he made people turn on their lighters and this and that. So all right, we just went after the old school. Now let's go to the young, and we're doing it. So
wow, easy call.
Exciting.
So, if you had opportunity for a compilation to have some features, name about 3 or 4 you like to rock with, man. We know Snoop is one.
Dead or alive, or just alive?
Alive.
I'll do Future, Roddy Ricch, and probably Young Thug.
Young Thug?
Yeah.
I like that dude, man.
I do too. I think he break boundaries in music for sure.
It's something about him, man.
He's brilliant. You listen to his stuff, especially if you have a car that has good audio. It's like, man, where does he come up with this stuff?
And I'm such a Roddy Ricch fan, so
That's a young legend right there.
Yeah, I love Roddy Ricch. I really do. It's just something about his voice. It's just so. It's like a warm, smooth. Yeah, I love it.
Hypnotizes you.
Yeah, he does.
It does.
Yeah, so that's dope.
Yeah.
Well, but you got to name a female.
Oh yeah, I got you.
Look at me in the camera. He got to name a female. Thank you very much.
I like Dreezy.
Dreezy?
I like
okay.
Dreezy. I like Meg Thee Stallion and
recently I was at an event here in LA and I found I heard a local girl that was really good.
What's her name?
La Brea.
I know who she is. She's dope.
She's
too.
dope as
She's hella dope.
shit.
Yeah, she's hella dope.
Yeah, like I was in the back and it was like a bunch of new artists performing and I was sitting in the back and I listen, but I'll just listen.
Yeah.
And it takes a lot to make me get up and walk across the club to see who it is. And I literally was like, who is that? And I had to get up and walk and watch her perform because I wanted to see her performance, her presence. She's dope too. She's here in LA.
I want to get La Brea.
Okay,
There you
there
go.
it is. I just plugged you, La Brea. I just plugged La Brea.
Just broke it.
Yeah, exactly.
It is.
That's what's up. Listen, Bobby Dee, I love everything that you're doing with Snoop and TayF3rd. Like, you're right there on the cusp, and I just want you to know that K-Day backs you up, LA backs you up, and we really love your sound.
I appreciate
you. You know what I'm saying? And yo, I'm telling you right now, I know you're gonna be this huge mega star. So just remember us.
Nah, always.
We'll remember.
Be cool with us.
Y'all got the audio. Remember, y'all got the audio.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, but
remember.
I do want to ask you a question because this is a debate we've been going and dealing with here at the station.
Okay.
Valentine's Day is around the corner.
Okay.
So the question we want to ask you, TayF3rd, is sex a gift?
Sex a gift?
On Valentine's Day.
Yeah. I think it is.
You do?
Yeah. It's the box. Like, is that a good answer?
That's a great answer. That's a great answer.
It's the box.
We had O'Shea Jackson Jr. here a couple weeks ago, and he said, "Hell no." He said he wants receipts.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta wrap it up nice and such, but it's a good.
Hey, that might be a title of a song, dog.
That's
It's
it,
the
the
box.
box.
It's the box. There it
We
is.
might have to run with that one.
Yes.
Wow.
You know Rome can sing too.
Let's
So-
hear
Of course they
something.
can.
Oh, you want to hear something?
What you want to
Damn.
hear? What you want to hear, man?
Let me hear.
Oh, you
Let me
anything?
hear something.
Something?
Anything. Yeah.
I don't know. Give me an artist. I'm drawing something. I got a feeling I just can't turn it loose.
Hey.
There's somebody else getting next to you.
Hey.
I can't walk around like I was your fool. All right, stop.
There we go.
Yeah.
Fuck
So,
with me,
yeah.
dog. Put me in the booth.
So you put him in the booth.
Put me in the
I just
booth.
need a little part where I'll be like, yeah.
You know he
Funny.
on the next album for sure.
She
you
in
know?
the
That's
box.
right.
We in the box. We in the box.
Yeah, we're gonna do the box.
See, they're gonna talk about the box
The gift
remix.
wrapping box.
I can't
love
be
it.
in that on that song or in that video.
love
No,
it.
I'm kidding. Thank
Yo.
you so much for stopping through.
appreciate y'all.
Remember, Tales from the Shrimp, the
Yep.
new album, and you're gonna be at Novel tonight.
tonight.
Yeah.
Make
And
sure.
then we're gonna do the album listening party on February 12th.
Oh, are we
So-
invited?
Yes.
Yeah, all you guys are
Yeah, he
invited.
said we.
course.
He said we.
Yeah, it's a fact. It's a fact.
Yeah,
the whole
yeah,
building,
yeah.
the whole building's invited.
So the album release party, where's it gonna be at?
Private location or?
Private, yeah.
Okay.
We can't really put it
I
on
like that.
air,
You like-
but,
Yeah, his management
we'll
was like, no,
definitely
no, no,
send you
no.
guys the invitation for sure.
Yeah.
There we go, right there, Bobby
first
D. You
class.
know we love you.
Man,
all
love you, bro, for
day.
years, man. Thank you.
I've been with you forever, bro.
Forever,
Yeah.
Remember
man.
QC's days?
Oh, come on. Oh,
Big love.
come on.
We used to get in trouble at QC's.
Yeah,
The
we
good
did.
Can we
ones?
talk about that or no?
Oh, no. We'll put that
We can't
in
talk
the
about
book.
that?
We'll
It's all
put that in the
bad.
Say it.
book.
No, once got busy
That's
in
when-
QC's bathroom. I don't know.
That's when I used to drink. So I was like, and these guys were on stage. We'd put couches on there with bottles, and then Preston Williams. It was crazy.
Oh,
bro.
Preston, that's all you gotta
That's all I had to
say.
say.
If Peter, you already know what it is.
We had a lot of fun though.
I don't. Yeah, there. I can't talk about this on air. Let's go. It's 935 K. Wrap it up.
Hey.